Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my house. Today we're out here with my tractor and some of my equipment to show you a little bit more in detail the PG12 that I've got attached to my AP12F pallet forks. Let's get after it. Okay, today I want to talk to you about what I consider one of the most useful pieces of equipment that I own. I will say number one would probably be these AP12F pallet forks. AP12F pallet forks are, what you generally see on a 4 Series tractor, which that's what I have. It's a 4052R cab. You generally see an AP12F on a 3R or 4R tractor because of the sheer size of them. These ones have a 48-inch tine. And I have added, because I have hydraulic third function, so I have a third function that's routed out to the front, I've added this, what they call a Frontier PG12 pallet fork grapple. So PG, pallet fork grapple, okay? What it does in essence is it clamps, and of course I'll show you here. So I can use my pallet forks, as you saw from the intro, I can use my pallet forks like normal, but it creates an actual pinch point here so that I can grab onto things. Where I find this the most handy is I have a wood mill. So I load up a wood mill and I want to have that nice flat surface on the bottom. You may have seen some of my other videos. I actually used this 4-in-1 bucket that I recently purchased to grab onto a log and set it onto that wood mill. Today I'm going to show you it with the pallet fork grapple and the pallet forks. So the pallet forks themselves, you can do it by itself with just the pallet forks, right? The nice thing is that if I have that clamped on, I know I won't lose that log. If I'm, traversing along the property, I'll be able to clamp onto it. The majority of the time that I have my tractor out on the property, I have it equipped with this setup right here. Mainly because pallet forks are just so awesome to do all sorts of things, and then that grapple adds that extra clamping ability. So when I'm out picking up brush, inevitably I'm gonna have oak limbs that fall off or fir trees that are gonna lose some limbs. I will go ahead and stack all that up and grab it all down, take it over to the burn pile, and there we are. A couple of easy grease points on here. So you've got grease points on both sides of the hydraulic cylinder, and then obviously the pivot. You do have the ability to lock it up in place. So you can put a pin through it and lock it into place so it won't actually drift off over time, which is nice. So you make sure it's out of the way. I think that's one of the things I really like about it. You can still use it as just regular pallet forks and it's out of the way. I'll show you a little bit. We'll put it into action here. And you can tell me what you think. You've probably seen this on our channel before. Do leave this on quite often and when I'm going around the property, but let's go ahead and get after it. I think you can see this is pretty handy. I'm gonna shoot straight with you. This isn't a huge popular seller. There's not a lot of movement on it. And I think mainly that's because people just don't know that it's out there. If you've already got a set of pallet forks and you've got the third function hydraulics, now that is the big challenge. You have to have the third function hydraulics. That becomes the crux of it. If you've got both of those things, that pallet fork grapple is relatively inexpensive. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this very short kind of overview of my PG12 pallet fork grapple affixed to my AP12F pallet forks. I wish you the best of luck. I hope this is helpful. Hope this is insightful. I appreciate there was a gentleman out on the East Coast that reached out to me via our YouTube channel and kind of recommended this. He was asking questions about it, and I realized quite honestly that I hadn't made this video, so I'm glad I was able to share it with you. Hopefully you got something out of it. Like and subscribe. We'll see you again next time on Papé Toolkit. Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.